But you know what? It's the favourite part of my show. Well, actually, the cookery is probably the favourite part of my show. But this part I always enjoy as well. We're going back over to Derek now, who is in Johnstown in Wexford as he embraces his country roots.
He's all about the tractors today, but he didn't know about Macra na Firma. Derek, give us the lowdown.
I do know about Macra na Firma, absolutely. I have my green card. Anyway, welcome down here to Johnstown in County Wexford. We're getting a machinery masterclass here this morning at the Irish Agriculture Museum in Johnstown, here in County Wexford. Matt, I'm loving the setup here.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? This is the largest museum of its type in the country. We have everything from farm machinery, as you'd expect, but we also have country furniture exhibition. We have bicycles. We have a great famine exhibition. So we have 20 exhibitions staged over 2 floors of the historic courtyard buildings here at Johnstown Castle.
Now, some of the machinery dates back over 200 years, doesn't it?
Yeah, some of our earliest items would be ploughs and they'd be 200 years old, but typically most of the items would date back to the 19th century, early 20th century, up to and including the introduction and widespread popularity of the tractor.
Now, let's talk about the tractor here beside us, because the Ferguson's a very popular tractor, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Harry Ferguson was born and brought up in Northern Ireland, and that's why we have this collection of Ferguson tractors. And we have the iconic grey Ferguson tractor, which was brought out in the 1950s.
And what I love about this tractor, it was used back in 1958 by Sir Edmund Hillary for his trans-Antarctic exhibition.
Yeah, well, that just shows you it could be used in extremes, hot or cold. It didn't really matter. These things were built to run all day, and that's why they were so popular. You could put anything on the back of them, all these different attachments. It was kind of part tractor, part Swiss Army knife.
And we have one at home as well on our farm, so very, very popular right around the country as well.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in a farming family as well, and we had these tractors as well. My dad used one, and my mum was a teacher, and if it snowed in the winter, he would give her a lift in the old tractor, so there's no excuse not to go to work.
Absolutely right. Well, we're going to walk and talk here because we're going to pop now into the Harvesting Machinery Hall, and we're joined now by Chairman of the Irish Agriculture Museum, Peter Miller. Good morning to you, Peter. How are you?
Good morning, Derek.
Now, tell us what we've got here, Peter.
Here in front of us we have an Aveling Porter steamroller, a 10-ton roller, and she was supplied to Lord Warford's estate in Curramore in 1915. So that was during the First World War. And you can see it hasn't great wear, if I look here, not great wear on the rollers, because it only actually was used on the estate for rolling the roads on the estate and also for thrashing.
And that's 10 tonne. Now, what have we got here, this machine here, Peter?
In Wexford, we had 3 manufacturing companies originally. Pierce's Star Engineering Works, known often as the Wexford Engineering Company, as you can see on the end of the machine. A small machine for sowing corn, pulled by normally 2 horses. And it's a smaller version of it.
And a smaller version. Now, this one here, I'm loving this machine because this was used for turnips and beetroot, wasn't it?
Yes, well, in here, this is actually made in Scotland, in Maybole in Scotland. And you have the hunter hoe in the first part here for hoeing the drills before they sow the corn or sow the turnips. And then you had 2 rows at a time, pulled by a single pony or horse.
A pony or horse.
And you could sow 2 rows of turnips or beet or whatever.
Now, this machine, Peter, is in fantastic condition, and this was actually lit by paraffin, is that correct?
Yeah, this machine actually was on the Enniscorthy stand in the Dublin show in 1912. It's a Hornsby stationary engine, and normally used, you see, with the belts over here on the pulley for thrashing. And to start this, you would have lit a blow lamp, and under here, this unit here, you would have lit that for about 15 minutes to get this cherry hot.
Okay.
And it's paraffin.
So you just heat it up, is it?
Yeah, to cherry red hot.
Okay.
And you would then, it would fire on its own compression.
So it starts itself.
Yeah, well,
so basically it's automatic.
You had to pull the flywheel to start it.
And you get any runoff then into
the paraffin runoff here, any excess paraffin from the pump, because the pump kept pumping all the time, and it put a spray of paraffin in here into the hot bulb. This is.
That's phenomenal, isn't it? And over here then we've got the barrel top Caravan as well.
Yeah, this was actually made for us. We got a man in New Ross called Willie O'Connor, and he made this barrel top Caravan. Nice and cosy to sleep in.
That was why Willie O'Connor, was it?
Sorry?
Willie O'Connor.
Willie O'Connor, yes. Willie O'Connor in New Ross. He's a settled traveller in New Ross, and he actually made that for us.
And that was pulled then by a horse?
Pulled by a horse, or, yeah.
Okay, so there we have it, lads. I have to say this place absolutely steeped in agricultural history. Come here, is there a duvet in that? Because we could hop in there and go for a wee nap. No, clearly not together. But, but the rain is coming down now. And it's early morning. We've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us here this morning, Peter. You can check out more online at johnstowncastle.ie. But for now, back to you guys in the studio.
Your favourite, Derek.
No, but Derek, we've told you about propositioning people on the telly for dates. He's not allowed to do that, right? You're not allowed to use the telly to get yourself some dates.
He was trying to get you a date, wasn't he, before?
He's tried to do that many a time.